they can't even get to.
Yeah, are we done, miss?
Can we go, miss?
Freeze! You don't stay right where you are. What seems to be the trouble, Luca?
Do we have to do this play?
I mean, the competition is in 3 weeks. We've been rehearsing for months. Yes, we have to do the play. Why?
I don't like it.
Thank you, Luca. We'll bear your eloquent critique in mind when you're holding the prize cup in the central.
I mean it, Miss Alexi. We shouldn't be doing this.
I know that this scene isn't insane, but it's faithful to Minna's description. Listen, I know it's challenging, but once you've really internalised your characters, I promise
It's a
you'll love it.
masterpiece. Do you know how many productions of The Crucible there are going on right now? Hundreds, if not thousands. St. Paul's has won Playfest 3 years in a row because I always chose classic repertoire and rehearsed it to the highest standard. Plus it's Miss Alexi's directorial debut.
Alright, let's take it from Tituba's line. All you've got to do is drink this blood. I'm sorry, I can't. Phew, motor's busted. I'm knackered just from the car park. What's all this?
It's called Top Compiler. Basically, Top Trump's police traffic violation. I see your umbrella and raise you a pair of prescription glasses. I wish the bus would get here already. I swear. Joe is parked on top of the hill and give each other handies.
Maybe we'll go everywhere by jetpack. Do you think there'll be sky rage? I definitely get pavement rage and road rage.
Yeah. Mum says she feels least Christian when driving.
Boy, walk your foreskin, don't like that. That's libel, man. You can't just say whatever you want about someone.
Oh yeah, well that time you told the entire school I've got scabies.
You did have scabies. Or was it fleas?
Yo, Hill, wake me up when the bus gets here. I was up till 3 playing those middle-aged news in Arizona.
That's you Sunday, Sky.
I'm not your mother's Sky, set your alarm.
I can't. I lost my phone. That's insane, really. You don't even believe in God. Does that matter? Well, it's kind of customary to become a priest.
Listen, it's a total DOS, right? All you've got to do is put on a costume and perform a monologue every Sunday. And best of all, if people don't do what you say, you get to condemn them to hell.
You can't be a priest, Ruby. You've got a porn star name.
I change it to Rebecca.
But there aren't any women priests, are there?
Great, I'd be the first then. Hashtag trailblazer, if you don't count Madonna at Eurovision.
You wind me up, right?
What? Judging from Father K's car, the pay is pretty decent. Plus you get free housing, and it's really hard to get fired.
So be one then, and leave us sinners in peace.
That's just it. I can't. Father K doesn't even let me serve on the altar. Al falls asleep up there every week, but that's okay because he's the future of the church.
That is correct, my child.
He always gets that little chunk right there on his bottom lip. Why does he always get that little chunk?
I know, it's like, where the opposite is, can you feel that?
He sits there banging on about the Greeks and no one can see what his hands are doing under the table.
To be fair, he's only housekeeping, nothing recreational.
What's with the green glasses, Layla? You're not reading.
Green's better than grey at making the world a better place.
Before you use rose paper.
Nah, green overrides all colours, like one big united kingdom of Shrek.
And then give me your hand.
I'm not giving you my hand. Use your own hand.
How can I demonstrate?
That there is sexy harassment, dude.
Yeah, but boy wolf dismount. Since when are you into acting anyway?
It's better than music with a bunch of Boy Scouts.
Oh, stuff this.
Helly, what are you doing?
Heloise.
Get her!
Heloise, that's very responsible. If you get seriously injured.
Come and help. Someone might see and call an ambulance.
What? Maybe the bus gets here. Either it'll rock up and spoil the phone, or we won't know its way.
So, you're all doing a play. What's it about anyway?
Americans.
He means old-fashioned Americans, like before Donald House of Trump.
Like back in Pilgrim times.
They sound like a bunch of cowboys trying to do Shakespeare. It's set in this weird village where everyone's insanely religious.
Like seriously proper religious.
Worse than Mrs. Guernsey.
Miss Guernsey, who watches Passion of the Christ every Sunday, sobs all the way through it and eats Maltesers.
Exactly. And the people in this play are worse.
Semerciyan's Grace, he's the lead, John Proctor, Grace Lady's husband.
Shut up, scabies. They had to fumigate the whole costume wardrobe because of you.
I'll have you know, I am completely cured. And like you're a great actor, Papa, you only can hit something with a stick.
Get this, Sky's the hangman, he doesn't have any lines.
Wake up, dude, you got to make your bus. Oh, I'm going to suck an eye. Guys, you haven't actually told me anything about the play. What's it about?
It's about witch hunts, you know, in Salem back in the 600s. Basically, the men are good and the women are evil. Yeah.
It's not right.
She speaks!
What's the matter, Luca? Have you got a rubbish part or something?
She's Abigail Williams, the female lead. Anuka, no matter how you feel, you can't just walk out in rehearsal like you did the other day.
I couldn't
It's
help
less
it.
than 3 weeks to play that.
I couldn't help it. Why are the girls like that? I mean, shrieking their heads off and accusing everybody of being a witch. Like, we're not like that.
It's a play.
It's a play. People always do weird stuff in play, like the guy that pulls his own eyes out.
Yeah, don't be such a mood tuber. It's kind of fun.
You know what? I'm going to talk to Miss Alexi. I don't want to play Abigail anymore.
Luke, you can't quit the plays. You're the one who convinced me to be in this stupid thing in the first place.
Trust me, Sam. I'm not quitting. Just going to ask for a better part. What happened? You were so excited when you got Abigail. You've never had the main part in the show before. And here I've given you the best lead. And you don't seem well...
Why'd you pass me from rubbish?
I didn't say that. You're one of the best young actors I've worked with. And if you're serious about drama school one day...
Cambridge, footlights. I want to do a degree in history as well.
That's excellent. I'm sure you'll achieve everything you set out to do. And play all the great roles. Blanche Dubois, Lady
So
Macbeth...
why can't I play John Proctor?
Anuka, this isn't like you. I'd expect this of one of the others, but not you. You're one of my best pupils. You're articulate, creative. Your performance is being marked. I want you to do well.
I know, it's just... John Proctor has all the big decisions and the best speeches. If I'm the best actor, why can't I have the best part?
Churchill Academy.
Churchill Academy is doing The Master Builder. St. Cuthbert's is doing Hamlet. We don't want to get pipped to the post by them now, do we? This is my final word, Anuka. If you're really not happy with it, there are loads of other girls who killed to play Abigail Williams.
So what's this name? Third one? Fourth one?
Fifth.
Wow, that's more than year one. When Miss James said you couldn't use your dinosaur as baby Jesus in the Carol concert. Is this one going to stand?
Haven't decided yet.
That bad now?
Worse, she wouldn't even listen.
Oi, oi, what are you making? A Puritan love shack? For you, come back to mine.
Still talking, Luca? Here, have some monster munch. Cut all your angst and everything else you got in there. This stuff passes through like a food bullet.
I don't need to calm down.
I think you do. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I've heard some pretty dumb things. I sit next to Wolf in psychology.
How can you say that? This play makes out the girls are totally irrational, hysterical, screeching demons. It's 2020. You can't just do it straight. You've got to put some modern spin on it.
Well, I don't know about the play, but it sounds like Miss Alexi was pretty clear about me to put spin on.
Back off, Spike. You know the point though. She was never going to say yes to such a radical idea.
It's not a radical idea. That's the point. Come on, not you as well, Sam.
Nuka, I'm on your side 100%. Just not sure when you're going to tell me that you ripped my part.
Yeah, sorry about that. I didn't think you'd mind.
I don't, just Spike didn't ask.
So, how are we going to fight this? We've got to question what they're making us do.
There's no point. They'd kick you out before they'd even mess with Playfest. It's sacred.
Yeah, man, if we win, I might get into Bournemouth. They want extra groups, and I don't think binge watching No Walking Dead and the ability to down a six-pack of everyone under 3 minutes counts.
Sorry mate, Mum says wrong move and I'll have to go live with my dad. She expects me to be a doctor and buy a Nissan Qashqai.
Well, my career goal is to become a Hikikimori. That's one of those people that never leave their room and play video games all day long, and possibly own a blow-up doll named Shadow.
Yeah, he's a good one.
You can't fight them on your own. But what if we go back to Miss Alexi and I say I want to play Abigail Williams?
It'll look like the school's trying to be all experimental or say something. They'd hate the idea.
I don't think they would. I'm always lighting my farts with a Bunsen burner in chemistry, and no one objects to that.
Seriously, you do that?
Yeah, of course.
Come on, this school's like 1,000,000 years old. Some of the teachers actually met Jesus.
Yeah, throw a pierce inside.
The school motto is serving society through blind adherence to convention.
It's not, is it?
Might as well be. Try this and you'll have the whole history of the school against you. Maybe. But I've had an idea. Round up the guys and meet me in the drama classroom. I'll round up the girls. Like you said, we have to fight this together, and I think I know exactly how to tip the odds back in our favour.
Okay, but what are you?
Trust me?
100%.
And Mr. Thorne lines all up in a row and tells us to get down on our knees to check. And I go, what's the big deal, sir? And he goes, get this. You don't want to give the male teachers the wrong idea. So every time we put on a scale, I picture the male teacher getting the wrong idea. One of them probably get the wrong idea in the shower or the drive-in.
Guys, we shouldn't be in here. They might think we're trying to steal something.
This old junk. Ooh. Girls, stop that dancing at once and put your kit back on before I get chubby.
Uncle Paris, or I'll stab you with this. Oh, hello with sword.
Oh.
Look at all these nighties. What are they called? Baby dolls?
Guys, they're whore costumes from cabaret, and the corsets for the whores in Les Mis the year before, and they're keeping the hot pants for the whores in Miss Saigon.
I want to suck your blood.
Wait, you're Transylvanian, for real, aren't you?
I'm not Dracula. There's much more to Transylvania than the blood being paid.
Guys! Anuka, please, in your voices.
Will you come with me to talk to Miss Alexi? We should all have the male parts, not just me. Think about it. We'd get to lead the courtroom scene. Miss Alexi says the girls are great parts, but that's not true. Most of them hardly speak at all. I never get to play a girl.
Me neither. I'm either the mum or the gran because of my cup size.
Yeah, if there's a princess or a maiden of fair, it's always Sarah.
Sorry, I can't help how I look.
I've been playing men since the dawn of time. I had to play Juliet's dad and wear a moustache, while Sarah got to wear a red velvet gown and post pictures all over Instagram.
I loved that dress.
Yeah, but this is different. We're not getting dumped in the rubbish male parts. We're claiming the best ones for ourselves.
We wouldn't actually be doing anything wrong.
Oi, oi! Anyone there?
Took you guys long enough. Don't tell me you actually hate the shepherd's pie.
No way, man. Too much shepherd in it.
Whoa, how many dresses?
It's like a dress graveyard.
Or should we say prom after girls hockey? How's it going, Mitch? What do they meet us?
You like? There's some pretty ones over there.
Hey guys, dare to try on some dresses?
Yeah, try on a dress. You look positively lovely.
You try on a dress, Bo Peep. You can go on RuPaul and sing like a virgin.
I'll go on dress. I'll bring on. Come on, I'll fucking try to put on it.
No way, man. You can use one stem fried bud from my severed archery. That's when I'll put on a dress.
Relax, guys. It's not going to make your voice go up an octave or anything. We'll do it if you do it.
No comparison. Girls in trousers don't need to assault in public stairwells.
Congress, here. Try this.
Let's go, Wolf. You said you would.
Let's check those skirts, ladies. On your knees.
What are you doing? Checking out the delightful ball costume. I can see what you're up to, Anuka and her gang. I'll have to report you. Give me my phone. It doesn't matter anyway. I'll just tell him what I've seen.
That's it. We're dead. They'll find our bodies floating in a duck pond by Saturday.
Smash the phone, dude.
Sky, you know violence is never the answer.
You smash it, Sky. Father Kay would make me polish all the crucifixes. Give me the phone.
I've got a prefect. I think they're teachers or something.
Yeah, Miss Alexi's little spy.
Miss Alexi's little snitch, she can't treat us like that.
Let's quit the play. That sounds alright.
Yeah.
Totally.
No. Let's do our own crucible. Oh, come on. We could do it. We can meet in the playing fields. Well, the woods by the playing fields. And rehearse our own version. Girls play the boys, boys play the girls. We'll toe the line in rehearsal so Miss never suspects anything and then reveal it on the big day.
I'm not
That
playing a
would
girl.
never work. Playfest is in like 2 weeks. And we get a march on it.
I'm not playing a girl, right? Not in a million years.
Come on, what are you so afraid of?
Well, you see, Nuka, back in year 8, Paul forgot his trainers this one time, and his mum made him wear his sisters to PE.
Shut up, man!
And all the guys with the everlasting piss
Well, I
out
don't
of
know,
him.
he's championship.
And he's never been quite the same since.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, because this time we have Miss Trunchbull to protect you. You know Trunchbull? When you share your arms and it causes tattoos to fade.
Some guys followed me home. They kept going on at me, calling me Butch Cassidy and hockey arms. I got mad and took a swing with my stick. My dad and brothers would just say I had it coming. I get dressed in the toilet cubicle so the girls on the team won't see and tell Mr. Johnson.
Well done, guys. No, I'm quitting the play. Hope it goes well for you.
No, Luca, she's right. Look at the way they run this place. Guys?
Bring it.
Hold up, Sam. Think about what you're saying. You're not just calling her a whore because she's not a virgin. This girl has accused your innocent wife of being a witch. She hopes your wife will hang for it so she can be with you. You're calling her a whore because she's a vindictive, sex-struck killer who must be stopped at all costs. Do it again.
Whore!
Anuka, come here. Stand there, right there. Right up in his grill. Okay? Now, Sam, do it again, right to her face.
So I don't really...
Like this, Sam.
Right. Mr. Briggs, what is going on here?
Hello, we're just going over Proctor's denunciation of Abigail.
Can I speak with you a moment, please?
Yeah, just wait a minute.
I prefer to handle more sensitive moments in the play myself. I've already staged this scene.
Yeah, I know, but I struggle with the subtext.
We went over it last week. I gave Anuka my word it would be as morally ambiguous, if not reprehensible, on the part of Proctor.
I understand, but Sam is struggling to identify Proctor. I thought it would be better if he had my take on the situation.
Your take.
Yeah, you know, see things from a man's point of view. He's a boy.
I don't think it's appropriate to be delving into personal viewpoints, particularly different perspectives on what constitutes a whore. I hope you've never had the opportunity to shout whore to a woman's face before.
That's not what I'm saying. Are you trying to tell me you do not identify with the female characters more than the male ones? That is the play. We cannot ignore the uncomfortable stuff or patronize them.
Thanks for your input. I'll take over from here.
Oh gosh. This is awkward. Clive has asked me to step up my involvement in the play. He cleaned up some of my workload so I can stay for the 4 sessions from now on. So, where were we?
4. One man, one sex-struck killer, one little town called Salem.
I saw Goody Howl with the devil. I saw Goody Bishop with the devil.
I saw Goody Good with the devil. Come on, guys. That's shouting, not shrieking. You're not a football match. Pretend like you're on fire.
I saw Goody Howl with the devil. I saw her writing her diary. Do you know better than stranger and fat face?
Alright! Let's take it from the top. You know, Anuka, you're good at this. Maybe Miss Lexing's so blown away that she'll forgive you for everything and take you under her wing. I thought Ella got that directing gig in London. She did all this extra stuff, got all this experience, and Miss A mentored her through everything.
Yo, what gives? Are we rehearsing or what?
Stop saying yo, Wolf. Your dad wears tweed.
How about we split things up to save more time? why don't you guys practice the crazy dancing?
Aye, Captain.
Can I still be hangman or suddenly do I have to be hang lady?
Why don't you guys practice the courtroom scene in gibberish like Mr. Lexi taught us? Can we go over the Proctor and Mary Warren scene? I just want to go over this slap if that's alright. Sam sent it up to Faith. Sam, we can watch.
Wait, why is he slapping her anyway?
To stop her from going to court so she can't keep adding fuel to the fire. Without her and the other girls, they don't have any spectral evidence.
You what? What spectral evidence?
Like Miss Alexi said about, say if I had a dream that you sent out your evil spirit to hurt me, then your evil spirit is your spectre, and me saying that in court is spectral evidence. Okay, you ready? Mary Warren, how'd you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me?
Fake. Fake.
Can I slap you for real? What? It won't hurt, I promise. Slap me.
No way, I haven't hit anyone since me and my brother fought over the TV remote. That was mental.
Is something wrong?
I don't know. It's just Mr. Briggs gave us this big speech in English today. How this is meant to be a rewarding experience and stuff. How winning the competition could really set us up for life. Instead, we could get suspended for this. It's basically sabotaging the play.
But nobody will find out. I mean, not until Playfest anyway, and then it'll be so good they won't even get mad.
Mr. Briggs sort of asked me to be assistant director.
You're assistant director?
Yeah.
Disrespect indeed. This is disruption. This is the highest court of this province. Do you know it?
Nuka.
No, that's great. Congratulations. Can we go again? Mary Warren, how'd you go to Salem when I forbid it? Do you mock me?
Ow, Nuka!
Al, I'm sorry. Al,
Don't worry. He's had worse.
He hates the play. He's been late to every single rehearsal so far. He thinks great acting is the guy from Deadpool. But apparently that's a job description for assistant director.
He's probably just saying that so he doesn't get bored.
And then when did Mr. Briggs take over anyway? I thought I was only meant to be advisor this year.
Don't get mad. You're doing great. We're gonna win.
What, you mean they hauled her in? Are you sure?
Yeah, me and Helly were in the canteen, and a couple of prefects come up and go, Heloise, Mr. Briggs, Mr. Lex want a word with you, and take her off. They lied.
No, there's no way.
She's been in with them for ages.
In where? Where are they taking her?
The interrogation room.
Do you think she'll tell them? Do you think she'll say stuff? I'm sure she hasn't said anything.
Guys, we can't let her take the rap. This whole thing was my idea.
Let her, she's an idiot. She was right after the teacher about how she told to keep a big mouth shut.
There isn't really an interrogation room.
Oh yeah, it's behind the bookcase in Thoreau's office. A proper torture chamber.
What are we gonna do? We should all decide what to do.
You don't say anything. That's what we do.
But Helly,
She wouldn't rattle us. We don't rattle friends. We won't rattle them.
I don't get it. How'd they find out? Someone must have really tipped them off.
The prefects, who else?
Tell them about what? What do they know? The people said nothing.
Maybe they saw us in the woods.
They won't know. It's kind of hard to see when they have red blazer.
It was you, wasn't it, Bo?
It was you, wasn't it, Bo Peep? Too scared of breaking the rules.
Get on my face, Wolf, or I will hurt you.
Yeah, I bet he did. You've always been a ball hog, never sharing answers.
Back off, altar boy.
It was you.
Guys.
It was you.
Back off, scabies.
Guys, let's not turn on each other. It must have been a prefect.
Someone's coming.
Someone's coming! Alright then, ladies. Mr. Farrell wants to know what the plan is and who's in charge. It's the boys, right? One of the boys? All of the boys?
Where's Helly? Why won't you let us see her?
Heloise was caught using profanities in front of a member of staff and is now in detention. Listen, we know what guys are like. Boys will be boys, right? But why should you get dragged down with them? They named you all without a second thought, but we were sure they were lying to save their own neck.
What's the big deal? It's just a play.
Yes, we understand you have a habit of getting kicked out of school play.
That's not true. I had to pick my sisters up from school. My mum was sick. Did they really name her?
Of course, if it is you guys, all you have to do is confess and take your punishment. Then we can put this whole thing behind you.
What's the punishment?
a week's detention, and an apology to your fellow cast members. But if you don't confess, it's a suspension. Think how that would look on your record. Could really impact your life.
What she means is you'll all be mums by next year.
Wouldn't risk it if I was you. Just tell us who's been up to what and this will all be over.
Alright then, hope your babies are smarter than you.
You should fix some maths and everything else in chemistry, don't you?
Yeah, why?
She's planning to throw the competition at Safest. Do you know anything about it?
Why would we talk about drama in science?
You can't lie about something like this.
You'll have it in the neck with Thor if he finds out you're banding together with the instigators.
Who are you calling a liar?
You're protecting her, aren't you? And all the while, she and her friends are laughing at you behind your backs.
Yeah, they grass you out to throw up for smoking behind a bike shed.
Yeah, well, we do. And by the school gates and in the toilets. They got that right.
You're making fools of yourselves. And take the stupid badges off.
What are you? MI5?
And has Grace Comstock been absent to any practices lately?
What's it to you?
She's planning to embarrass the school at Playfest.
How? By announcing the hockey stores?
Mr. Johnson decides who's in and who's out on game days, right? We might have to have a word with him.
Are you threatening us?
No. We're just reminding you that actions have consequences. And some inactions have consequences too.
Are you in on this? Part of her little group? Because now's the time to speak up before Thora starts suspending people.
Why are you asking us just because we know grade? Why don't you go stomp on some year sevens or kill some kittens or whatever's next on your list?
It's the girls, isn't it? You're involved too. We know you are. But we also know it wasn't your idea. And you don't care, one way or another.
There's no judge on this one. Just own up.
Then you can take your slap on the wrist. And we'll all be on our way.
Sod off.
You can find us in the canteen, eating your loved ones.
Wouldn't do that if I was you. You don't confront your future.
Thora isn't taking any prisoners. He's got half the world breathing down his neck. The board for one, the parents, Ofsted, and you're just 5 guys from a school.
The girls have nothing to lose. Think about it. Someday they'll marry a Richard Branson and start squeezing them out. You get suspended, you're done. Imagine having to ride your bike to work when you're 50.
All you have to do is name the girls and Mr. Thora will take it from there.
No one's telling you anything.
We're not telling you anything, alright? You can tell us to come get us.
Oh, he will. He's already contacted your parents.
Well, my dad can't read. So send him a photograph of Thora's boot. Up this.
It's the girls.
Shut up, Bo. What's the matter with you?
Thank you. Which ones?
But you absolute tool, shut your mouth!
It's obvious they already know. All the girls.
Which girls is all the girls?
Bo, shut up, they've got our backs.
We don't know that.
We don't know that. They're not our friends. You might stick your neck out on the line for a bunch of girls that would never date you, but I won't.
The incel has spoken.
But you hit it when you dab at the end of the week.
Which girls? Come on, Bo. You're not like the rest of these stem cells. You're protected 4 A stars and a slap in the back from the entire board of governors. Go on. Say it. Which girls?
I'm sure you can figure it out for yourselves.
Bo, have you heard of Samson and Delilah?
From year 10?
No, side from the Bible. Samson was this insanely strong man. He could literally wrestle a lion to death. Fight off loads of guys in one go like the mountain of Jackie Chan. But what no one knew was the source of his strength was his hair.
Like the bug-out girl from Tangled.
And there was this girl called Delilah. And one day he stupidly told her about his hair thing.
She was well fit and she seemed it in a way.
And that same night, she got a knife.
Scissors.
This is like 300 BC. They didn't have scissors. She took a knife.
And she cut his hair off.
And when he woke up, he needed to fight someone right away. But he was all weak, all of a sudden. So he got killed. And Delilah went off with the stronger guy and lived happily ever after. Do you see what I'm getting at? The girls have set you up for a fool. Don't let them. Be the Samson who gets away.
What did you slash it up for? It wasn't me. I'm not the only one around who's mad about what's been happening.
Yeah, Walker's raging after the meeting with prefects.
It's like the whole school's gone insane.
Crazy. 30 more, pulled in and questioned.
Mate, I think we should own up. It's not fair on everyone else.
Screw them, don't say anything.
But people are scared.
Besides Sarah,
Yeah, Grace, Maddie, Bo. They definitely don't want to rehearse in the woods anymore. They're convinced they're being spied on.
it's not that. It's just too much work, Luca. Don't feel bad. It was a good idea.
Yeah, thanks. What if we did like one scene? The courtroom scene. Everybody could manage that. We can't let them go ahead with their version.
Think of all the G-rates.
Think of all those year 8s and 7s in the audience. My mum, my dad, my sister. My dad would have to watch me strip off.
Anuka, Mr. Thor wants to see you in his office right away.
Why her?
Don't play innocent.
She's not going anywhere.
Okay, you go then, Sam. Tell him everything.
I'll tell him something. Stay here.
Don't, Sam will get detention.
I'd rather get kicked out than robbed and throw up.
Seriously, I'll talk to him. I'll convince him to let us do our version. Just watch them in between us. I'll be back in 10.
Good afternoon, Anuka. I trust you know why you're here.
It's a competition, sir. Aren't competitions supposed to be fun?
And when you walk out of rehearsals, don't you think you're allowing the other pupils to have fun?
Okay, maybe not. But I think they should know that the Crucible is a bad play.
Bad? You're a top student. Surely you can do better than that.
Bad for girls.
Oh yeah? How so?
Well, how come they move all together and they can't leave each other? Like, what are they in coven? And how come we don't know very much about any of them? I mean, the author just says Mercy Lewis is a fat, slime, merciless wretch. And the whole play seems to hinge on Abigail's desire, right? She'll stop at nothing to have John Proctor. And in real life, she was 11 and he was 60. But that didn't stop the author from genuinely believing they had some sort of romantic thing going on, which makes me believe he either doesn't know girls very well or he can't do maths.
Actually, you've just illustrated what makes a great play. It could be interpreted in so many ways. We really do owe it to the author to always give him the benefit of the doubt.
Sir, I want us to win. Do you think we would put so much effort into rehearsing if we didn't?
I know there are more alternative schools that fancy radical interpretations of the classics. The kids who go to them become artists, actors. Fine. This school produces the next generation of leaders, doctors, lawyers, businessmen. Not indulge in rampant cross-dressing.
Sir, the play is offensive, and the only way to make it less offensive is to show the audience the things that...
Anuka, do you understand that you're veering towards defamatory behaviour? Minna's work deserves to be treated with the utmost respect. I believe that someday he'll be ranked with Shakespeare as one of the last titans of millennium. I, myself, played John Proctor many moons ago. It's one of the highlights of my youth. Don't take that away from Sam. He's your best friend, isn't he? I like the names of everyone involved. The girls said that you indicated them into pressurising you.
What? No, I don't believe that.
But they, I take it you mean. Heloise Martin, Madalena Gunesh, Sarah Taylor, Ruby White, Grace Comstock, and Layla Mackey.
You think we'd stab each other in the back, don't you? Without a second thought. All girls are mean girls, right?
There's no loyalty.
There's no loyalty. Not if some other girl has something we want or need. We tell lies, don't we? We scheme. We gang up. And we steal boyfriends. We're petty and we're shallow and we're nasty. Except we're not. I trust my friends and they trust me. We don't band together shrieking and pointing fingers, and they don't blame me for how I make them feel. But you do, sir. Every time you inspect our skirt lengths, every time you inspect our nails, every time you make us remove our piercings, every time you send us home to change our shoes, you're saying we're dangerous. We shouldn't have to play these rubbish parts anymore. They misrepresent the truth.
I thought when you aim for something and you hit a load of other things that you don't mean to, it's called a mistake. That's what he did. He aimed for one man and hit half the freaking world. I'm not telling you anything.
All right. You've had your say. Mr. Briggs will find some new girls to replace you and the rest of your little group.
What? Only the girls? We haven't done anything wrong.
I know that you are planning to perform your own version of the play in an attempt to seriously undermine the authority of teaching staff in this school. And the fact that you show no guilt or remorse signifies to me a frightening disregard for the effects of your actions.
So why are you only punishing the girls?
Hands off me, any names. Your mother has been called to come and collect you. Or suspended for the rest of the week. Good afternoon.
How'd the play go? Don't be a dick, Parker. He's just got back from an exhilarating canoe trip with the brownies. Quiet this, Phil. So, you kissed or slapped anyone yet?
Nah, playing odd fart, nothing to report.
Me neither. Sam's the only one that gets to see any action.
Not anymore. I'm quitting.
You can't quit. You're sort of good.
I feel like a total knob for going to rehearsals now.
Sam, I told you. You have to do it. There's no point in all of us screwing up our grades.
I'll think about it.
Bus is coming.
This is coming.
I'll see you later. We can go into the final solution for history.
Yeah, I could do with a final solution.
So, for confirmation class, Father K made us all dress up as superheroes because, you know, Jesus is the ultimate hero. And I couldn't think of anyone. Wonder Woman. I didn't feel like waxing, and I didn't have a bodysuit for Catwoman. But anyway, she's a bit of a murderer. So I went as Cleopatra. And then Father K took me aside to ask if I was really ready to confirm my faith.
That's like Miss Mandy. She said I should leave her for baby Barry for a few weeks. I can kind of see a point, you know, it's good role models and stuff.
What's with the... You're crying. Are those tears... You're crying.
It's just a play. It's not that, it's just... A couple of weeks ago, Mr. Thrower asked me to do a photo shoot for the school brochure. I didn't want to, but I said yes anyway. And then today, Miss Hughes come up to me and tells me that they won't be needing me after all.
Forget them. When we're done with this place, we'll never look back.
That's the thing. I don't think it's any better out there. Mum's always saying, don't live up to their low expectations, rise above it all. I don't want to be better than everyone else. I want to be just as bad.
You could never be bad.
Those things, is that Bruce? Those are finger marks. Who was it? The same guys? Who are they? I will kill them.
Oh my god, did your parents freak out?
Yeah, at first. Then Mum said something along the lines of, maybe it's a wake-up call.
Grace, you have to report them.
To who? Thrower? Like he'd listen.
Nobody listens to us. We need to do something. Make them listen.
Yes, we should write a letter.
They'd use it as a dartboard. How about soldiers sit-in, like Martin Luther King?
Somebody else did that. They just ended up getting pelted with spitballs for a few hours.
Jesus believed in fighting back. I did not bring peace, but a sword. The pen is mightier than the sword.
No, it isn't. They ignore what we write. They ignore what we say. It'll take a fire to get their attention.
Poor Luca. There's no good crazy stations here.
The courtroom scene. Ooh. Everybody will be there. The parents, the teachers, the papers, the theatres. We could do the trial scene. We make a statement. We are not witches, and we won't be burned anymore.
I don't get how it's going to make them see.
Because we'll do our own version. I have a few ideas, but I'm going to need your input.
What do you want about Anuka? What ideas? How can we help?
Meet me in the woods in an hour. Bring pens and paper.
Go on then. What have we got to lose?
Come on, bus us in.
you know, Mr. Proctor, that the entire Catholic state that heaven is talking through these children?
Yes, I do, sir.
And you, Mary Warren, how come you two people sending their spirits against you?
It were pretend, sir.
And the other girls, they were also pretending?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's right, sir. We were pretending.
Girls, what? You can't!
I, Abigail Williams, have come to withdraw my accusation.
And I, Tituba.
And I, Mercy Lewis.
And I, Mary Warren.
And I, Betty Paris.
And I, Susanna Walcott.
You can't! This is conduct the court. Bailiff!
We call Reverend Hale as our witness.
Reverend Hale, you were brought to Salem as expert on witches. Where did you gain this knowledge?
From books.
Will you please explain the meaning of spectral evidence?
It's evidence from a person that's based on a vision they had of someone sending their spectre. They're sort of evil spirit to hurt them.
And Reverend Hale, what is the problem with spectral evidence? Why it's been thrown out of courts in the past?
It can be made up.
That's right, but the question is, why did you all believe us?
There is a dark force in Salem, but not the one that you think.
It's fear. Fear of the unknown.
Fear of difference.
Fear of change.
We left one continent for another. We left so-called civilization for the wilderness. We left all of our... We had our
And
same
yet we brought
beliefs
our same
and
beliefs
we took
with
them
us.
with us.
The only thing that should be on trial today is fear.
And ignorance.
Suppression of ideas.
And distrust of anyone who doesn't conform.
We told you stories, ones that weren't true. You took the stories away from the people of Salem. We gave them back.
Why were you so quick to believe our lies when you never once listened to our truths?
This time you must hear the truth. Goody Proctor, Goody Corey, and Goody Nurse are no more witches than you, sir, are the devil.
Or you, sir, are an angel.
Or you, sir, can conquer a wilderness of fear.
Abigail?
Girls, stop! He already died because of you.
And you, Judge Danforth.
And your books, Reverend Hale.
This is where the witches are. The only place they have ever been. This is where we learn what our world is and was and should be.
Where we conjure dreams.
Sometimes nightmares.
Give shapes to ideas. And let ideas go.
And from the old, make something new.
Don't give in to fear. Take ideas, give them strength, and then let them fly.
Let them fly!
Fourth year running. Can you believe it? Sarah must have posted a load of pictures on Instagram.
You're on top of the world.
And you! And all of us! I was hoping Miss Alexi would be in to tell us our mark today, but I bet she's either in Mallorca or in a fetal position, thanking the Lord it's all over. Can you believe that supply teacher tried to make us play hangman? Bo must be so sorry you grassed us up. I can't believe he'd do that though. But then again, he's always been a bit like that.
He did not. I did.
What?
I had to, Nuka.
I had to, Anuka. I couldn't let a play ruin my whole life. I thought you'd give up because of all the extra work, but you kept going and going, and it all got a little bit out of hand. I didn't say names, I just dropped a hint.
You would have never done that to Wolf, or Al, or Bo, or even Sky.
Nuka, I never said your name. You think you can stop the whole world from performing the Crucible? Grow up. Maybe you just don't get it. Yes, the girls look bad and the men don't exactly look brilliant. And yeah, you made a new court scene and the judges liked it. But only because they're all trying to keep it all CP. But you can't change the past. The girls in Salem really did accuse people and get them killed. They really did scream and have fits and none of them could probably even read. And there's no way any of them were able to stand up in court and speak like lawyers.
We've been friends friends since we were born. Does that not mean anything?
What is it supposed to mean?
You sold me out, Sam. You sold me out, Sam!
What are you doing?
If we wipe all traces of the den, do you think there'll be something completely different somewhere else?
Nuka, hey.
No one will remember this. In a couple of weeks, it won't have even happened. I'll remember though. So will you.
So I'll see you at assembly, yeah? Pro's gonna take all the credit for us winning. I can't wait to see his face. And Heloise will be spitting. Nuka? Nuka?
Good morning! This morning we have called a special assembly on all of our recent win at Playfair. The staff and students of St. Paul's owe the great gratitude to you, their peers.
Where's Miss Alexi?
Yeah, where's Miss Alexi? Give it up for Miss Alexi!
Sadly, Miss Alexi has made the decision to move on. Which brings me to the issue of what happened at the end of the play. This cannot be overlooked. To be clear, I believe that although there is obviously a core group of instigators and the entire student body turned a blind eye to things that they were seeing and hearing, this is a gross dereliction of personal responsibility and loyalty to your school, your family, and wider society. And as such as you should all be ashamed, and for which appropriate disciplinary action would be administered across the board. Behaviour of this sort cannot and will never be tolerated. However, we're aware that just one girl among you was the ringleader. One girl among you took it upon herself to sabotage last night's performance, motivated, as she was, by a malicious desire for warped and indefensible reasons of her own. She knows who she is, and I suspect she will do too.
Nuka.
So I say directly to that individual, if you do not come forward and admit your guilt right now for everyone gathered here, we will be forced to suspend all the girls in the class until the end of the academic year, effectively terminating their education. This is your last chance to show some semblance of honour.
Mrs. Brown?
So can I say something?
Sit down, Sam. Yes, Anika. What do you have to say for yourself?
You told me I could be anything. All the teachers since primary school. But that's not how you treat us, Sam. I was the leader. It was me.
No, Mrs. Silva, it was me.
It was me.
It was me.
It was me.
It was me. It was me.
All right, ladies, if that's how you
It was
want
me.
It was me!
It was me.
It was me.
Well done, guys.